Hi Leo, welcome to your Mercury Retrograde Survival Guide. I'm your Cosmic Auntie, and I hope that this reading is helpful to you when working with this energy. I hope that it's encouraging and supportive. That being said, always bounce all messages off your own intuition, your own inner guidance. You know yourself best. You have your own connection with spirit. And my job here is to reflect energy that may resonate with you and assist you in gaining a greater sense of clarity, provide you a sense of confirmation or validation. Okay, so let's jump in. We'll start with the Garden Dragons, Mercury Retrograde, Leo. Please, Spirit, let's get some keywords. Honeydew Dragon, gratitude. Okay, I heard count your blessings. Count your blessings. Be in a state of gratitude. I just like, this is such an interesting sensation and visual, but you know that like warm, cozy feeling when you have like a bowl of soup and like you take like a bite of the soup and it's like warm and cozy. That's what I felt. So get into the warm and cozies, okay? Tap into those warm, cozy feelings, Leo. What else do we got for Leo Spirit? Pineapple Dragon, hospitality. And then we've got Grape Jelly Dragon. That's so cute. Childlike. Aw, Leo. This is the warm and fuzzies, like big time warm and fuzzies. Okay, and we got place at the bottom of the dragon, so the bottom of the deck, sorry, the broccoli dragon. So this is a state of gratitude, a place of gratitude, counting your blessings, feeling the warm and fuzzies, okay? Hospitality, it feels social, feels warm, feels comforting, being around people, places, and things that really bring out that feeling in you. Like there's this sense of really feeding your inner child, and that's something that you help the collective, you know, remember. You are you rule like the inner child, the fifth house, the heart space, Leo. So I feel, yeah, this is a really wonderful time to connect with those that bring out those warm fuzzy feelings. You know, accept invitations from people that you just feel the cozies with, to be hosted, to receive, okay? And also, you know, host and receive. You are the hostess with the mostest, Leo, like, you know, so there's a sense of sharing your beautiful hospitality with your loved ones, okay? This just feels like it just compounds that state of gratitude. I feel like, oh my gosh, it's like hands up to the heavens kind of thing, like really just being in this state of gratitude and connecting with source by like just literally embodying and feeling a sense, this gratitude. It's so beautiful to feel, Leo. Wow, thank you. It's like drinking like a warm cup of hot cocoa, you know? And just like feeling cozy and safe and like fulfilled and held. Wow, gorgeous. Yeah, I feel like there's this like a lot of opportunities to be like, I keep hearing the word silly, being silly with your friends, being silly with your loved ones, like in some way, like just being in like dynamics and spaces where you can be like your silly, beautiful self, and feeling so grateful for that, like just being like, just being able to be yourself. And also like I feel this sense of gratitude for yourself. Like I feel like this deep sense of like loving who you are, and that's really beautiful, just being grateful for who you are. And like that's where like this like to the heavens energy comes in, like, just wow. Okay, we've got perfect storm, the courage to step into life. This is so beautiful. I keep saying that, but I feel like there's this confidence in who you are, and that fueling you and how you're moving and making moves, you know, in your life, and the kind of moves that you want to make, like stemming from this sense of gratitude, this childlike energy, your inner child. It's really like, it feels like your inner child's at the driver's seat, and there's a sense of doing things that really make your inner child happy, okay? Like the really fulfilling your inner child, feeding your inner child, and that feeling so good, okay? That feels so good. And it might have been things on the back burner, or like where you've been a little bit shy or apprehensive to make moves on, but now in this Mercury retrograde, this time, it feels like there's this switch, okay? It's like switching, and now you're feeling more confident in like expressing these like inner childlike things and really doing things that past versions of yourself, your inner child specifically, your space of joy, okay, innocence, creativity, you know, like this is our, you know, our soul. That's what I'm really talking about here, like really doing things that feed your soul. And it just feels like there's this, like, I like this kind of next level confidence in making those moves and showing up in this kind of soul aligned way. Okay, we've got overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Oh, look at that, Leo. It's just the cup runneth over kind of energy. It almost feels like there's something that you maybe put yourself out there about, like you know, really were like, okay, I'm gonna do it, you know, I'm gonna do it. And it's like really coming from this inner childlike space, your heart space, your soul, okay? And it just something that just and you did it, you put yourself out there. And I feel like there's a sense of like reciprocity or response from this hospitality card from like those around you, where you're like really like this the power of you is like reflected back, and it really just adds to this sense of confidence. But it feels like exhilarating. Like, look at me, I'm like, I got like shivers, okay? I feel like I'm about to jump out of my skin, okay? Leo. So there's this sense of like really being reflected back, like the power of you, your talents, your gifts, your magic, because you took this, like you expressed like something of your soul, your gifts, your magic. And now it's like, oh wow, like, and it just is like giving you so much fuel to the fire to like do it more. Okay, we've got lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Like, whoa, this is deep. I love it. So this is like really expressing ancestral gifts, utilizing ancestral gifts, ancestral wisdom, in this lifetime, past lifetimes. I'm feeling too like this is kind of like past life gifts energy. And also there's like this sense of galactic connection, your literal divine like blueprints, your cosmic blueprints, okay? So wow, there's this sense of truth of who you are, literally the truth of who you are, you know, this divine spark of source. Oh my gosh, I'm just feeling that sense of like gratitude for being alive and being who you are, and like just like wanting to just literally express yourself in this soul way. Like, we got vanishing mirror, ego sublimination. Yeah, like shattering through limitations, Leo, just breaking free. There's a sense of breaking free, and we've got Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. There's a sense of breaking free, surrender, expressing a soul aligned like energy, and just like just flowing with life and like vibing with life. And my gosh, like is gorgeous. So this Mercury retrograde is this beautiful time of shattering through limiting beliefs about yourself, limiting like ideas, emotions, like literally outdated behavioral patterns, emotional patterns, shattering through projections from others, social conditioning. It's like, here I am. And like Mercury in Virgo, Mercury rules Virgo, is very happy in Virgo. And so there's this energy of like, well, okay, so Virgo loves to streamline, organize, optimize. It's very grounding energy. Mercury, among so many other things, rules like communication. So like, I feel like you've really paid attention to like how you communicate with yourself, and that has been like a tether in shattering some of these things, right? Like to know what's yours, not yours, taking accountability for what you need to, what's necessary, and shattering through what doesn't serve you anymore. And when it comes to things that are not yours, like like those doubts or fears that are projected upon you, conditioning from like your upbringing or like your experience or society, like, just being like shattering through that and like stepping out. Like, what's that song I'm hearing? It's like, that like, I'm coming out, I want the world to know, gotta let it show. Oh my God. It's so beautiful. Okay, this is so exciting, Leo. The world doesn't even know. Like, I'm seeing this like deep well of like wisdom and gifts that you haven't even begun to share with the world. It's like, oh my gosh. Like, I feel like it's just like, it feels like there's this moment here where you've stepping out, you sharing more of yourself, and you're receiving really positive, beautiful reflections, and you're like, okay, and it's fueling you, and like the world doesn't even know just how much magic you hold and how much beauty you are going to imprint this physical experience with. Oh my gosh. And there's just like, I feel so much generational healing. Like, I feel like there's a sense of really healing the bloodline. Like, there's the sense of really healing your bloodline and like in your past lives, and just there's this access to ancestral wisdom through that, because that's the benefit of doing this work, right? When you're like a generational healer, it's heavy, it's intense, okay? There's a lot of grief and emotion and energy to transmute, right? But the benefit of that is the ancestral gifts, awakening the ancestral gifts. You are liberating your ancestral line and doing things that really honor that. And it's beautiful. Your ancestors are so proud of you. Like, I feel all of a sudden I'm in this room, I feel like there's a lot of people around just like cheering for you, Leo. Like, and it feels like the ancestors that you are healing and liberating through doing this work, and being able to share your ancestral gifts without limitation. It's just freaking beautiful. We've got the Four of coins here, the Four of Materials, the sense of really finding your footing and creating a home for yourself, a stable home for your inner child to lean back with a cup of hot cocoa and feel really cozy and safe. Okay, you've been working on creating a home for yourself, and it's a foundation to build upon as you move forward, showing more and more of your bright, beautiful soul, right? There's a lot I'm sensing has been cleared, so your soul has more room to shine through the unique personality this lifetime, right? Like that's another perk, right? When we do shadow work and we do all of this clearing, we have more room for our soul to expand. We've got the Six of Emotions. So yeah, look at that cute little inner child, all safe to be silly and play and like be imaginative and feel held, right? Like you really have been working on creating a safe space for yourself within yourself. I've got the Eight of Voices. So like there's a sense here of really looking at, like, again, where you felt mentally trapped, where you feel mentally trapped even, because again, shadow work is a practice, it's a process. But with this ego sublimation card, I feel like you're really breaking free from a lot of like past limiting beliefs and have built a practice for yourself to identify these things, okay? We got the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, coming into deeper union with yourself, with life, with others. There's so much healing work here, Leo, and Mercury retrograde. It just is just like, I just saw a disco ball. It's like reflecting the light and just shining. It feels like there's just blessings coming through this. It's here to like help you really like, it's here to really help you see how far you've come, okay? And to help you ground into this foundation that you've created for yourself. It's helping you really do that, okay? And there's a visual that I'm seeing, but I feel like it's really hard for me to explain it. It's kind of like, it's a car like, it's a smoke show. That's what it is. It's a smoke show. And I don't know exactly what that means, but what it feels like to me is that there's blessings coming back around, okay? And really like showing themselves, okay? Like there's just this sense of, well, I guess spirit reminding you that you're an absolute smoke show. Like you're a star. Like there's a sense of attention being drawn to you, okay? There's a sense of heat. And with retrograde, right, like it appears to be moving backwards in the sky, kind of spinning in a different pace. So there's this kind of like energy of like, it's so hard to explain. I'm so sorry, Leo. If you kind of resonate with this and you're feeling this energy, drop it down in the comments, because it feels like it's not like you're spinning on the spot. But with the smoke show, it's like you're engaging in this action, and there's this show, okay? Like you're coming out. You want the world to know you're a smoke show. That rhymed. And all of the effort, this is what it feels like, is like all of the effort that you've been putting into healing. It's like Mercury retrograde is like engaging that. It's like, all right, and now it's like this time of action. It feels like you're being like called to action, and I feel you stepping into that more and more and receiving this positive attention and reflection from others that is even furthering this clear vision and like energy of who you are and how you are moving forward. And this deep sense of gratitude that you're not carrying these certain things anymore. You've broken free from them. Dear you, human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not just in bed, but the kind where you forget you are a spiritual, immortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while. As you develop an identity, an ego, you begin to see through the eyes of a small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this is going on, but you sure can feel it. We're here to remind you to look through your soul's eyes and see that magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lies in spirit, who is teaming with you to fulfill the contract you made to contribute to the evolution of the whole world. Wake up and remember that all the help you need is orchestrated in the invisible realms. Your mind in alignment with divine intelligence is unstoppable. The world is yours to co-create. You are so loved, and we are all behind you. Second one. Dearest you, we need you to know that you can change things miraculously for you and everyone and make things right. It's never too late. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the burden of an old story, one in which you were a victim of someone else's actions or your own. You don't need to carry this around. You can set yourself free. Even advocating for good because of this experience requires your forgiveness to be effective. Forgiveness is never about condoning things that were done. It's about letting yourself off the hook from carrying the burden. Resentment and hurt are like viruses that spread to others, and that is the opposite of what you really desire, right? Imagine what your life would be like without the burdens that you carry when you do not forgive. You can do it. Everyone over here believes in you and adores you. Wow, Leo, what a beautiful reading. And like, okay, spirit, okay, one final thing. I don't know if any of you will remember this. If you're millennials, you probably will, but you remember those Barbies that you had on those things and you pull back the thing and then they helicopter around? They're like super dangerous, but amazing. That's what I'm feeling with your energy with the smoke show. It's like there's this sense of Mercury retrograde, okay, like pulling back all the things that you've been learning, all the work that you've done, and slingshot, you're the fairy freaking princesses flying around, okay? Like, thank you for being you. Thank you for showing up as you, expressing you, sharing your gifts and magic with the world more and more. You're making the world a better place, Leo. Love you so much. I'll catch you in the next one.